And we're back for phase 2 in our project, and we're going to install the brush barrels in the front bulkhead. And again, not a difficult step, but attention to detail does count. Alright, so we've got one here where the bushing's installed. We're going to take our little Bigfoot wire brush, which I do sell these, and it's just the right size. You want to insert it all the way through from both sides, and that roughens the inside diameter of the bulkhead just perfect. And for the sake of time, we've got one here. We've installed one side already. We'll take the small end of the wire brush, which is perfect for applying Loctite. The space in between the wires, which are spiraled together, helps to hold the Loctite and makes it easy to apply. And just let it go, fall in between the recesses of the diamond knurl. You don't need a lot. Okay, and then we'll insert that. And you do feel a difference in the force required to insert that when you roughen the inside. If you doubt it, try it and you'll see. And then want to make sure that we clean up if there's any excess Loctite, and there really shouldn't be with these, but we'll make sure anyway. Do a little micro wipe. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's tackle the Bigfoot barrels. And again, our little tool is a 256 thread screw. You can just cut the head off one, stick it in a pin vise and use it, or I've been making my own, obviously. Now this is the, again, front bulkhead with an elf bushing. We've got one Bigfoot barrel in there. Now the Bigfoot barrels are not knurled. The reason is it was just not enough meat. It was too thin in the front. These were designed to fit in Tyco bulkheads with no modifications, which they did quite well. But if you take the time to do one little step, take the wire brush, and again the shrink tubing makes it easier to spin. Let's see if I can get this in the camera, and just rotate it and scratch up the surface all the way around. That, combined with roughening the inside of the bulkhead, makes a tremendous difference in the force required to rotate, to turn that bulkhead, or rather the brush barrel, once it's inside the bulkhead. If you want to put a little Loctite, I would just recommend a very light coat on the inside. And this is a little tool I've made to support the bulkhead. I have several I've made for the T1, and that supports, you can see it gives it rigidity to the bulkhead, so when you press this in, it's not caving that side in. So let's see, this is a tighter fit, but okay, that's in there, and we can always just put it on the ground and either tap it slightly, make sure they're both home. And this tool, there is a recess on both sides. I don't think you can see it. It's recessed, so it sets the perfect length for the brush barrels. You can't put them in too far. So once both those are in, now for the standard bulkheads we take an 067 drill, which should be a number 52, and just want to make sure that that turns easily. Check the alignment, and you can see that's quite nice there. For the Bigfoot barrels, it's a number 46, which I should have right here. These things just tend to grow little legs and walk away. I had that right here. That's the small one. Well, I'll be damned. Okay, here it is, right in front of me as usual. And let's take here's the bulkhead with the Bigfoot barrels, and again it slides right through both. If you do a visual check and you think it's out of alignment, give it a little tweak and see if it goes through any easier. But that's good right there. Okay. So that's it. We've got the brush barrels and the bushings installed. And again, our little handy wire brush, a very important step in both the bushings, roughening the inside of the bulkhead, and in preparing the brush barrels themselves. And it's again these little details that add up and can make a big difference. You should have no problem with these ever turning if you do those two simple steps. So that covers the first two phases, and as soon as we can we'll move on to phase 3. That's all for now.